The holiday shopping season in full swing. Retailers recovering from a record-breaking weekend of Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales. Adobe Analytics finding Black Friday shoppers spent a record $9.8 billion online, up 7.5% from last year. Consumers also spending $12.4 billion on Cyber Monday, with buy now, pay later purchases hitting an all-time high this year. We want to get into it and really get the true scope of what's happening in retail right now. I'm talking with the president and CEO of Five Below, Joel Anderson, in the studio with us. Great to see you, Joel.
Yeah, thanks, Maria. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. You have some products that we're going to talk about later. But first, you just reported earnings yesterday. Tell me about the earnings and the growth story of Five Below.
Yeah, we had a great earnings report yesterday. We announced that we opened 74 new stores in Q3 alone. We beat analysts' expectations on both the top line and the bottom line, and we raised our guidance for the full year.
Tell me about the new stores, because I was interested in reading the research about Five Below, that it's really less of an e-commerce story and more about foot traffic. You've got 1,500 stores with plans to have more retail stores, even though you are investing in e-commerce.
Sure.
How much of a priority are the new stores versus online?
Yeah, look, I mean, we are largely a bricks and mortar retailer, but we target teens and tweens start their journey with us online. So we have a great online presence, but most of the shopping takes place in our stores because it is a treasure hunt experience. And you go into our store not with a list of things to buy, but with a list of problems to solve. I need something for my 10-year-old. I want to buy something for my favorite friend. And that's the whole journey and what's made Five Below so unique to any other retailer. And
it's great because now you're talking about an environment where people are looking for value. And that's your story. It's all about value, right? CFRA writes this: Five is the best-in-class retailer, boasting a formidable balance sheet with solid track record of performance. That formidable balance sheet, what do you do with the cash? Where is the growth at the company, and how are you investing toward it?
Yeah, fortunately, we do have a great balance sheet with no debt. Right now, all our cash is being reinvested back into the business. We're building new distribution centers. We're going to open over 200 stores this year alone and even more next year. So that's where our main focus is with the cash. All self-funded. We have less than a one-year payback on all our new stores.
Now, I'm wondering about this weekend after Thanksgiving. I don't know. I walked around. I didn't see it as crowded as a lot of people expected. How was Black Friday? How would you characterize it?
Well, look, Black Friday isn't what it used to be. I mean, Black Friday used to be the craziness, the mobs. So it definitely isn't what it used to be. But relative to our plans, it met, in fact, maybe even exceeded our plans a little bit.
Exceeded your plans in terms of the numbers or in terms of actual demand? Because when we look at sales, we're saying we got to remember inflation. Yeah. So is this actual demand or is this just price increases?
Yeah, look, for us, there's very little price increase. You know, we're still largely $5 and below, so there's not a lot of room to take it up. And our largest days are still in front of us. 9 of our 10 biggest shopping days come here in December. So Black Friday is important, but it's not what defines us at Five Below.
The last quarter before this one, you did talk about the macro story remaining uncertain. Now, the company reporting better than expected third quarter earnings yesterday, 26 cents a share, over $736 million in revenue. I want to get your take on where you see the macro story in 2024, because we have a debate every morning about whether or not we're going to see a recession.
Yeah, look, I think that is the debate everybody's asking. I think, you know, if you'd asked me that 6 months ago, we definitely would have seen a recession. We are seeing, you know, the potential that it may be a little softer than we thought it would be. But what's going to matter in the retail space is you've got to deliver on value. And so I think that plays nicely for us. Retailers that aren't finding that value niche, it's going to be a tough holiday.
Last quarter, you told analysts that you feel you're taking a bit of market share from everywhere. I want to bring up this Chinese retailer, Temu.
Sure.
The stock has been on fire. A lot of people wondering if, in fact, this is going to be a competitive threat. I recognize that's largely online, yeah. and you're largely foot traffic. But what do you think of Temu?
Look, we respect all retailers, and I think Temu's the latest one to emerge, but they're largely an online retailer, and I think the impact they're having is largely to other retailers that are largely online. We're 98% in store, so we've seen very little impact to us specifically.
Now, I got to tell you, one of our producers told me he bought a Christmas tree at Five Below, and it was $6. So I want to know from you, is it Five Below or is it above 6? I know you've got Five Below and you've got Five Beyond. Yeah. I want to ask you about that as well. But what is the strategy?
Look, we announced back in March of 22 the unveiling of Five Beyond. We now have 700 stores that have Five Beyond. So think of it as a store within a store. The front 2/3 of our store are Five Below, and the back third is Five Beyond. So we've stayed really true to Five Below, but we've also now unveiled Five Beyond. So we've moved from being your stocking stuffer headquarters, love to talk product with you, Maria.
Yeah.
But we are also a place you can go for the main gift, and that's Five Beyond.
All right, so Jesse, maybe you actually got your tree from Five Beyond, or maybe with taxes it ended up $6.
There you go.
Okay, so what did you bring here to show us in terms of these stocking stuff? This is the classic stocking stuffing, right? This is something below $5.
Absolutely.
Body scrub.
Hey, look at this nutcracker, $5. Forget $5. This nutcracker's $3.
Oh, wow, okay.
And of course, Maria, we wouldn't have been, you know, we got to have
You got
M
an
for
M.
Maria.
Thank you for that.
M for Maria.
Oh,
So
thank you.
Look at stocking stuffer full for Maria here. But we also have some Five Beyond stuff. I mean, this arcade basketball is in our Five Beyond stores.
What's the price of that now?
That is $20.
$20.
$20.
And this makeup kit you said was $20.
Yeah, this
which
makeup.
I
look at that
loved
makeup
as soon as I
kit.
walked on set. Yeah,
Unbelievable
That's
makeup
good.
kit.
$20.
Yeah, $20.
All right, so you're trying to gain share and not just stick to $5 or below. Try to extend it out with this Five Beyond strategy.
Look, our first 19 years as a company, we were strictly Five Below. You know, the tariffs came along in 2019, and you can either play defense or you can play offense. And so we played offense, put our heads together, created a whole new concept called Five Beyond. And so now you marry those two together in a store within a store, and you got a great place to get stocking stuffers and a great place to buy some really great main gifts for family and friends.
And look, unit growth is so important for the company and really for retail in general. But now we've got another issue that we're all dealing with, and we're calling it shrink. Okay? So tell me about so-called shrink, and what it really means is theft. Are you seeing a lot of that right now? Has it leveled off?
No, we talked about theft in our second quarter call. Theft is real. It is impacting all retailers. But look, it's our job as retailers, like every other problem we face, whether it was COVID or inflation or the supply chain crisis, we got to figure it out. And so we're making some changes to our business model. We've had to really tighten up our self-checkouts. We're putting some more labor in the stores. There will be a little price taken, but we will figure out the shrink and theft problem.
Well, I mean, it's also a safety issue.
It is.
Employees are worried. You know, you had some employees leave Macy's, quit. They say, oh, I'm afraid for my job. Are you seeing employees raise concerns about this?
Our employees do raise concerns. We take those very seriously. In our toughest environment stores, we put security guards in. But this is a real societal issue that we got to lean together with the politicians to figure this out.
Real quick before you go, growth in 2024, where does it come from at the company? And are you expecting a robust Christmas, or are we sort of bouncing along the bottom with the slow economy?
Look, with what we guided, we're expecting a great Christmas. And I think the value in our stores is resonating with the customer.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. As we go to 24, we'll open more stores.
Joel, great to see you. We'll be watching all those store openings.
Thanks, Maria. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Five Below. Check it out. We'll be right back. Stay with us.